you from where you are to an entirely different level, a nuance of awareness and consciousness, because you're not the frequency you just were. You have dropped that and you're actually functioning at greater awareness. Did that answer your question?
Yes, totally. Yes, totally. What was your favorite time when you helped someone do that? What was one of your favorite sessions where you just said, wow, I can't believe I get to do this with my life?
Yeah, so I have fought this for a very long time, and I'm still like, it's not me. Like, I'm not a healer. I just have awarenesses about things. And someone's higher self actually speaks, connects with me. And, so you, the person, are letting me know what's required. And it's phenomenal in a sense that I have no point of view. I have no judgment, about anyone or anything, which leaves huge amount of expansion area for people to share, for them to be vulnerable, and for the walls to come down. And that's where the healing takes place. So some of my favorite ones have been some that have been so spontaneous, just like off the cuff. We're driving in the car and my friend calls, because I fought the title of healing, for a very long time, because I have a chronic illness, and even though I don't show up with it, like, it still shows up in the medical field when the tests are taken, and I'm like, well, then I'm not cured, then I'm not, fixed or better. And yeah, so that was actually my point of view and not reality. So yeah, so I just work spur of the moment. Like, my favorite things to do is, to get with the people, what is the biggest problem? That is what I'm here to do, is to support you in creating a different possibility in your life. And, some of my favorite ones have been where people have had, just guilt about things that they've done or said, and it actually was not what they thought it was. And so in having the awareness of the truth of it, kind of a thing, and not what they were like spinning, because they spin this story, allowed them, right, to let that go. And they had been holding the guilt frequency, within their field. And because we're here on planet Earth and it's third dimension, like attracts like. So they continued to attract people, places, things, and experiences that would validate, how wrong they were and how bad they were, and increase the guilt factor. So letting that go was huge.
Wow. Yeah, I can see how that would be true. I've also heard that when you go back to those past moments and you rewrite them, you're literally on a different trajectory in your future. And that's just like such a blessing in this life, that we can change our perspective on the past, and it changes our future almost immediately. And I love that you talked about like non-judgment, and that's, LightNet, we're all about that. It's like, we're all doing the best we can. I mean, literally. And that's, and we love each other for where we're at, because we're like, you have no idea what mountain that person climbed yesterday. So we always have to show up and be amazed by each other. So I want to encourage you guys, if you're tuning in on Portal to Ascension or New Realities, thank you to our broadcast partners and Can TV. I want to encourage you to come into the breakout room and work today with Susan. She's going to be working live with you right now. You can do that by going to lightnet.org/hangout. That's going to give you the Zoom. And so, yeah, so Susan, is there anything else you want to tell us about your process before we bring someone up on with you today?
Yeah. So I guess it's like the process is like divinely guided, like I don't have a set way of like going into anything. I'm just open to, kind of whatever shows up. Whatever question you have or whatever problem you have comes in, like allows me to know, like, you're receiving, like, where you're at with receiving, kind of a thing. Cause I never like to over deliver. And so giving you the exact amount of like what you're looking for and what you require is, why I'm here. So I do not heal. I am not a medical doctor. I do not diagnose. This is strictly just, as entertainment and to support you and, allowing you to have the opportunity to have a greater possibility, in your life. The beauty of it is that the more of us that get together, the greater the shift that will take place. So every time you're willing to give up a point of view or a belief or a judgment or a separation or a conclusion, anything that locks you in, that tethers you here to that existence or that experience, every time you let it go, you're actually freeing up like hundreds of thousands of other people through the quantum entanglement that we have that are helping you hold that in place. Because what you decide is the only thing that can show up. Nothing else can show up unless you ask a question. So some of the key things to think about is when you when you think and then say that something is bad, terrible, vicious, awful, nothing else can happen there. That's the way it is. Or if that person is terrible, awful, mean, that's the only thing that can show up is that for that person. So what we do is we're going to take a look at what is your biggest problem. And a lot of times what we believe it is, it's not actually what's causing it. So for today's time frame and for the amount of people we hire, I love to touch, as many people as possible. Health problems, those kind of things are more intricate than we have for this time frame. So we're going to be healing, mind, heart, and spirit, but the body, there's a lot of intricate things that go along with that would take like a longer session than we would have available here. So we could do that on a private aspect, but know that you're all here now, and there's a theme that you all have that will resonate with you. So even if you aren't someone who requests to have a shift or a change, what'll happen is you will receive it anyways. So you don't have to believe what I say or what I do. You can think I'm totally wrong and crazy, and that's fine. I have no point of view about it. I'm just here to, support and create a different possibility, for you. And what happens is if you have, something, say with guilt, because I was just talking about that, and we'll go ahead and we'll clear that for you. It gets cleared for everybody else on this session and everybody else who listens to it in the future. And then it also clears everyone else that was helping you hold it in place. And then those people and those people after that. So what I talk about is you have this, do you remember creating the card towers when we were kids, and you'd like put 2 cards up like this, and then another 2 cards, and then you lay a layer on top, like shake your head or give me a thumbs up if you know what I'm talking about. Cool. And so you have a huge tower where you can't actually see beyond that. So that's what we've done. That's what we were taught to do, is to learn from your mistakes and learn from your problems. And that was a problem, and that was an issue, and that was a challenge. And yeah. So that's not actually true. So we go in and we're going to pull out one of those bottom cards, and we're going to collapse the tower for you and for everyone else that's here together. So let's let the party begin.
I love that, Susan. And I've seen that happen. I've seen that happen with healings. And I do know that we're all one being, as crazy as it sounds. So when you come up here today, you are helping us all. And thank you for your courage for doing that. You have a lot of people signed up here with their hands raised. You are going to do another session on the 4th Thursday of this month coming up for members. So if you see, maybe we'll want to work with non-members today, but I'm going to go ahead and let you call on the people, and then I'll do the mechanics of bringing them down here. So who would you like to call on? Can you see everyone on the top there with their hand raises or not?
Yeah. So, I don't have a point of view about it. So you pick.
Okay. Then
I'm just
going to call in Biniak here, and hopefully we'll get to everyone. So here we go.
We did start with Marsha.
Okay.
A little bit.
Okay, let's do her
Like
next.
to finish that? Okay.
Okay, let's do her next. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I was holding my pendulum. Do I need to explain to the audience what
Yeah,
happened?
I'll give a recap.
Vinayak,
Yeah, give a recap.
So get ready, Vinayak, to pull your mute off, but we'll start with, I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name right, but okay, Marcia, you go for it.
Yes. So
Okay.
Susan was going to give a recap.
Yeah, so Marcia was chatting about how she doesn't have a lot of memories from her childhood, and she would like to get those back. You know, she feels that they're missing, that she can't access them. So we were talking a little bit about muscle testing, and muscle testing is, and I will teach you today how to do this. And it's not like other muscle testing things. There's a couple pieces that are missing from it. So you muscle test with your pendulum.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So we're going to teach everybody right now.
Okay.
So there's a couple ways to muscle test. You can use your pendulum. If you have a pendulum, you know, get it. You're welcome to use it. Some people use the lock and the key here. So one is a yes and one is a no. Some people prefer standing up. And when you stand up, go ahead and keep your feet not directly in a line with your shoulders, but they're not going to be together. So it's going to be right here in the middle. So you can do it with your cameras on, or you can do it with your cameras off, however you'd like to do it. But pick one of those ways. And if you have an alternative way, that's fine too, if you've got something that works for you. We're just going to elevate your way of muscle testing now. When people are first starting out and they're not sure, I have them do the muscle testing where you sway. So you're going to be standing up with your feet. Yep. And just allow yourself, your body to sway. Just allow your pendulum to move. Yeah. Yeah. So one of the key things before you go into a muscle testing, I guess, session with yourself is to ask all the extra energies that are with you right now to move away from you in 500 trillion directions, right? 500 trillion miles away from you.
So can you 500 trillion?
Yeah, we're going to do it together now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But you have the recording, so you can come back and listen to this. And the reason why we do that is because not only are entities, you know, energies, but also thoughts, feelings, and emotions. So if you're projecting and someone is projecting on you, or you have people in your field, like people are in your home, you have pets, those all influence your energy field. So what we do is ask for all those to move away from you, because in order to muscle test and to get the truth is to have your own frequency present. And it's super powerful, especially for people who say, I've tried it, I've done it, you know, I get a yes and a no, and I have to check again, and I'm swaying back and forth, and I don't get like a solid answer. This is going to help you with that. So right now we're going to ask, and I'm going to ask out loud. You know, you can ask in your head, you can just be a part of it. You don't have to re-say it. So for all of us, truth, all the extra energies that are with us, please move away in 500 trillion directions and 500 miles on 3. So you're going to take a deep breath in, everyone. And when you blow out, they must move out. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Can you feel the silence? Like the mind chatter is instantly gone. You are now with your own frequency. Now, we use muscle testing because our body is more conscious than we are. So we have points of view, and those influence the muscle testing. So that's why we're going to use the body. So that was step 1. Step 2 is to ask your body to show you a yes or a no. So a lot of people say forward is a yes and back is a no. This is a yes and that is a no. Well, your body would like to create a connection and a communication with you. And we've been taught to separate that from when we were little kids. And so now's the chance for you to get back connected with your body, because you are the being, you are not the body. But the body is the one that wears the clothes, you don't. The body is the one that ingests the food and digests the food, you don't. Your body is the one that does movement and has romantic relationships, you don't. So the body's been trying to speak with you for a really, really long time. And it goes to the point where it gives you pain, sadness, all those kind of symptoms, because you're not listening, right? We weren't taught, right, to connect with that. So you're going to ask your body to show you a yes. So wherever you are, if you're holding your pendulum, go ahead and ask your pendulum to show you a yes. If you're doing the lock and the key, ask your body to show you a yes.
Show me a yes.
And then if you're moving front and back or side to side, ask your body to show you a yes.
Yeah. Got it.
And then let me know, Marcia, when you have the yes.
I have the yes.
Okay, perfect. Now we're going to go ahead and ask for the no. So ask your body.
No.
Yeah. Show me a no.
Okay.
And let me know when you got it.
I got it.
Okay. Now, this is the yes and the no that your body would like to use to communicate with you for this session.
Mm-hmm.
Each time you get back together with your body, you want to go ahead and ask it what it would like use for a yes and a no.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, yeah, creating communicate. You're not forcing your, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, self on it. Cool. So let's go ahead and ask Marcia. So truth, Marcia,
Mm-hmm.
are you a walk-in?
I don't know.
I know, that's why your pendulum's going to tell you.
Okay. Thought you were asking me just, am I a walk-in? It's showing me no.
Okay. Truth, are you the original occupant of your body?
Am I the original occupant of my body? No. So if I'm not a walk-in or the original, what am I? Yeah.
Truth, are you a placeholder?
Am I what's called a placeholder? Saying no. No, it says no.
Okay, truth. Are you an extraterrestrial?
Am I an ET? I'm an ET. Yeah, it says I am an ET.
Okay, cool. So truth, are you an angel?
Am I an angel? No.
Okay. Truth, are you a guide?
Am I a guide? It says no.
Okay, cool. So truth, are you the only being in the body at this time?
Am I the only being in the body at this time? Yes.
Nice. Truth, do you have a purpose?
Do I have a purpose? Yes.
Truth, is your purpose connected with this body?
Is the purpose connected with this body? No.
Awesome. Truth, is this purpose connected with this time frame?
Is this purpose connected with this time frame? Yes.
Nice. So what you just became aware of is that you're actually an extraterrestrial that has come in with the body. You are the only one. Am I right? You are the only one? Yes. You are the only one with the body, right? And there's a purpose for you being here at this time. Nice. So truth, is that why you don't have memories from before you were 5?
Is that why I don't have memories before I was 5? Yes.
Nice. So truth, did you take over the body at the age of 5? For the body?
Did I take over the body at the age of 5? I will say something that I was really sick at 4, almost died and may have died. So that may have been where the thing happened. Can I ask that question?
Absolutely. You can ask what any question you would like.
Was it, did the extraterrestrial take over when I was 4 years old and sick? Okay, it did. It was when I think I died during that time. I was very, very ill. So
Yeah.
it saved me.
That's huge. It saved the body. You are the ET. So you
Well,
don't.
I definitely don't feel like I belong here. That's for sure. I feel like I just dropped in and in this craziness down here. You know?
Exactly. So it resonates with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I know you're saying that, you're trying to remember and figure out, and you would like more, but you don't actually have access to that time frame because you weren't there.
Okay.
So you're not wrong.
Okay, cool. Now I can be okay with that, not think I'm crazy or gosh, am I so different?
Yes, honey.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're so welcome. You are
for that.
beautiful. You are here. Thank you for being brave and for asking questions.
Well, when you talked about your secret space program thing, I thought I kind of resonated with not remembering things, that part of it. So thank you.
You may be a part of that too. Keep
Okay.
asking questions.
I'll ask that question of myself so you can go on to someone else. Thank you. Bye.
Wow, Susan, that was so incredible. We've gotten all these in the chat, how powerful that first setup was for everyone. Like you said, you heard that silence. And then you just gave us the tool of all tools. You guys, do you realize the knowledge she just dropped right now? I would have never asked those questions. So it was really cool for you to say those questions. And again, this is going to be archived on our LightNet Portal to Ascension, New Realities, again, like this video. So it pushes up so we can get this information out. This is incredible. Thank you so much, Susan. So we're going to, and thanks, Marcia. We love having you as part of LightNet, Marcia. You are a bright soul. And I'm so glad that you're getting to know more and more about your mission. Okay. So, let me pull you up now. Can you pronounce your name, Vinyak, and also unmute yourself? And thank you for coming up. If you want to get into the Zoom room, lightnet.org/hangout.
Hello, everyone. My name is Vinayak, and welcome, Susan.
Thank you.
My question was health related, so I'm not sure if I can ask that now. Is it okay to ask that, or should I go on to another question?
You're asking about your house?
Yes, my health has been an issue, particularly my lungs.
Your health.
Yeah, breathing.
Yeah. I just took a deep. I was just breathing for you. Yes.
Thank you.
That would be something that we would, because there's so many facets around health that have to do leading up to the condition that you have now, that has to do with points of view and beliefs that you took on earlier in this lifetime and even brought in from previous lifetimes that influence your body in this lifetime. So we could do that separately. But what would be your biggest problem besides your health, like right now? Like what's happening? What are you thinking about? What's your heart struggling with? Did I lose you?
No, I'm here.
Okay.
You my biggest problem. I mean, breath is first and foremost. It kind of supersedes all the other problems.
So
okay.
let's take a look at that.
All right.
So let's take a look at it. So what's your point of view about not breathing?
let's see, my biggest point of view about breathing is it's challenging. It's many times I'm gasping for breath, and yet I don't qualify to receive oxygen because there seems to be enough oxygen in the blood. So medically, they can't prescribe oxygen for me. So
Who in your lifetime also struggled for breath?
my two sisters, perhaps I'd say my father. Okay.
Yeah. So dad started it. And so what happened is that's how you do aging and olding, is by watching your father and how he did aging and olding.
Okay.
And so you and your sisters took that on as your aging and olding movement through lifetime in the body. So
Okay.
I have good news.
Please, I could use some.
It doesn't belong to you.
Okay.
He sold you the concept of this is how you do aging and olding, is by not being able to breathe, not getting enough air, gasping for air. And so you bought that as like, this is how we do aging and olding, and you installed it, and you've had that running ever since. So would you like to eliminate that?
I was just going to ask, how do we clear it?
I know, I'm in your reality.
Welcome.
So yeah, so not only you, but there's a lot of other people on the call, and a lot of people that are listening now and will hear this in the future, that, many of our symptoms that we have coming up, we've actually learned unconsciously. Like, we didn't consciously go, oh, okay, dad's gasping for air, that's what I'm going to be doing. It doesn't happen like that. It's at an unconscious level, and it's subconsciously, and our subconscious is what creates our reality.
Mhm.
So we can absolutely go ahead and eliminate that point of view. So what I'm going to do is, this is considered a clearing. So I call up the energy of what this is for someone I'm working with. And then I take it back through time and space, dimensions, realities, that kind of a thing. And then we eliminate it. But you have choice. So I'm going to say, would you be willing? And then I will run the clearing for it. And then that's when you'll say at the end, like, yes or no. Because, I don't have a point of view. You can, if something's important to you, you're welcome to hang on to it. You don't have to let it go. You can let any percentage of it go. You don't have to let go of 100%. Some people are like, they'll go, yeah, okay. Like, okay, so that's maybe 30%. Or there's like, yes, gone now, today, having it. That's like the full on thing. Like, we're getting rid of this. And then you're going to take a deep breath in. And when I count to 3, when you blow out, it gets removed. So you'll feel like tingling, or you'll feel like a wash, or you'll feel like a wave, or it could be going this way, expanding out. It could be dropping off, anyway. And even if you don't have the feeling of it, know that it does take place. Okay. Are you ready?
Totally.
I don't know if anyone else can see, but can you already see, like, his energy has shifted? Like, he's sitting up, he's getting present. He was right away with his answer. There was not a long pause for it. So I'm excited for you.
Thank you. I'm excited for me.
Let's do this.
It's gone.
Let's do this. Okay. So, truth, would you be willing to destroy and uncreate everything that aligns and agrees and resists and reacts to your point of view, belief, conclusion, or decision that you've taken on at an early age or any lifetime before this, through all time, space, place, dimensions, realities, universes, non-universes, parallel universes, multidimensionals, everything that's been known and unknown to you, everything that's been said and unsaid to you, and everything that you're willing to acknowledge, and even the smallest thing you're not willing to acknowledge as well. Would you be willing to destroy and uncreate all of it?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Take a deep breath in. On 3, 1, 2, 3. Ooh, I felt that with my body. Yeah. How do you feel now?
There's more energy.
You've got more energy?
There's more energy.
Nice. So what's the value of not breathing? Not being able to breathe?
It has no value.
Right? It's just a program that's been running. Right?
A long time.
Yeah. Would you be willing to take some full deep breaths?
Yes.
All right, let's do it. Let's see you doing some breathing. Do you still have pressure with it?
Yeah.
Is more coming in? Like, is your body accessing more air?
I think there's able to breathe a little deeper.
Nice. So this is going to continue to unravel for you,
Okay.
because now it's not a part of your field. So what's happening is this core piece is now gone. And so there's space there. So we're inputting in gratitude for the awareness that that never belonged to you, and that you're okay with letting it go, and it's gone. And now allowing your molecules, your molecular structure, your frequency within your field to realign, like take up the space. So you're going to have more space for that which you'd like to have in your life.
Beautiful.
Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Cool. So you'll have to keep us posted. You're already taking deeper breaths. So in the comments or chats, or, in the future, definitely let us know how that's going. And more energy, phenomenal. Congratulations.
I'll know if my coughing ceases, because the coughing has been violent, and it's a dry cough. So it's very non-productive and very painful.
Yes.
So,
So that's actually telling me there's another point of view that you have about that.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah. So there's something else that's holding that piece of it in place. Nice. Yeah. So we could do that on a private thing also.
Very good.
Nice. And this is going to get you started with breathing.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Susan. Yeah, I loved when you were like, good news, it's not yours. You know what I mean? So again, we're releasing from these generational, even because your dad might have got it from somewhere. So this is where we get to, free ourselves. So that's so exciting. So cool. I just want to share with you, this is how you can get in touch with Susan. It's Susan Shatzer, SHATZER.com. And that's going to lead you to all her different things. You can also look at the show notes below, which will get you to her LinkedIn and on all her social media and everything like that. But she does offer 15-minute consultation. So if you want to get a feel. So I'm going to just go in order here, and we'll keep going. This is a good pace. So these aren't full sessions, but it's good to have these mini interactions. So Oriana, welcome. Oriana is part of our team at LightNet. She's a guide, and welcome. We're happy to have you here.
Thank you. Hello. And
Gorgeous.
had a little chance to meet during a breakout. So hello again, Susan. Nice to see you. And I'm trying to really come up with a way to actually word this. So but since you know a little bit of my adventure around the world, where I literally was on top of the Great Pyramid all night, on Uhuluru in the middle of the Australian outback all night, in the middle of Haleakala in the crater of Maui, and in various places around the world, a lot of sacred sites. And what I do is climb in at night and just sit with the stones and say, teach me, what do you know? Now, bringing all that together, what I feel is that I've been specially trained up along the way. And I was also picked up by a spacecraft in the Sinai Desert. So all of this feels like it's coming to some fruition, some point of, or whether it's contact, I don't know, but it's what I call the universal translator. There's a pulsing rhythmic pattern that I've been trained up in. What I'm facing is this sense of not wanting to go forward, but feeling called at the same time. Like it's like I never wanted to be front and center. That wasn't like, I don't even know how to describe this. It's, yeah, I'm ready to do this. Yeah, I'm really gung ho, but you can't mean me. It's that kind of feeling. Does that make any sense?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm in there with you. So it's kind of like you're driving down the road and then you're like, woohoo, cruising along. And then you got to slow down for a speed bump. And you're like, oh, we got to like slow down to go over the speed bump. And then you're like, woohoo. And you got to slow down again to go over the speed bump. That's what your energy feels like when you talk about this. So tell me about your childhood, like when you were born. Has your mom or anyone told you about how childbirth was?
No, I remember being 3 years old though, and being a toddler and just toppling over and going nose to nose with a little drop of dew in the grass, and seeing it like, oh, there's a sun inside of that little dewdrop. Oh, there's a whole world. What if there's a little girl inside of that? And going through like a fairy ring into a whole nother dimension with talking lights. And I never forgot that.
Yeah, that's kind of like Horton Hears a Who, I
Yeah,
think.
kind of like that it was like, oh, and I knew I was supposed to fly. So I went bungee jumping 4 times to that place of, that's right, I'm supposed to fly.
I love it.
I also had older brothers that went to school, they knew how the world worked, and they told me I was crazy because I was talking to fairies and flowers and spent all my time in the woods, and they just told me I was crazy and had to stop doing it. So I stopped telling people I was doing it.
Yes, that story is a lot of what I hear, with a lot of people that are part of, the awakening process and supporting others. So you don't know about your birth. Do you know what your mom and your dad, like what was going through with the people around your mom while you were in utero?
No, nothing particular.
Okay. Do you know if you were like a planned pregnancy? You were a planned pregnancy. Okay, cool. Do you know if there was like hard times that were happening emotionally, mentally, career-wise, financially, location, logistically, family?
None of that.
Well, honey,
Nothing particular.
nothing particular that you're aware of? Okay. So do you muscle test?
Yep.
You do? Okay, cool. So have you set up the yes and the no for this session today?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So let's ask your body. So truth, was there a challenge while you were in utero?
No.
No. Okay, cool. Truth, was there a challenge with your family?
No.
Okay, cool. Truth, was there difficulty in your conception?
No.
Truth, was there difficulty in choosing this lifetime, this body, this family, this time?
Was there, I'm sorry, difficulty, is that the word you used?
Yeah, difficulty, or was there like, I'm not sure, or, this might not be for me, or I don't think I'm ready. Like, give it to somebody else.
I had to be crazy to do this. That was what it felt like. Like, oh man, you want me to do what?
Exactly. Exactly. So that frequency is what came in with you. That I can't believe this. Yeah. And so this has been something that has been, and I call it like an invisible limitation throughout your lifetime, kind of a thing. So with each new step, there's kind of like, oh, should I, shouldn't I? So does it resonate with you that when you're ready to take a big step or take a big move, you're kind of like, really? Me now at this time? I'm not sure.
Yeah, it feels like throwing myself off a 229-foot bridge and walking across the bridge going, what? You want to do what? You're thinking this is a good idea?
Yeah.
What I'd say is, okay, body, I know you're not liking this, but for whatever reason, my spirit wants to do this, so we're doing it. Just keep moving, keep moving.
Yeah. So because that came in with you, that is an element that's showing up because you're, as you said, you're getting ready to take a really big step, like they're asking you to move mountains. Right?
Yeah, it's kind of what it feels like. Like, okay,
Yeah.
nobody just knew if I could. Well, I had to find the doorway from the inside, first off. But I found that. I mean, that was the hardest part. But now it's kind of like, okay, you want to open the door and you want me to what? Show up? Like,
Yes. Yes. So truth, so you can ask your body with a muscle, truth, have you fully acknowledged your power?
no. That was real clear.
Yeah. So it's where you're like 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Yeah. And
Yeah,
so-
well, 1 foot in and 1 foot out is a funny way of saying it because once you step off the bridge, there is no 1 foot left.
Exactly. So it's sort of like you're hesitant to go all in, like Texas Hold'em when you push all your coins. I'm all in, make it or break it.
Right. And I don't have any choice about that. So the hesitancy is like, well, you're already in mid-flight. You might as well, do something here. Yeah.
You have to talk yourself into it. It feels like to overcome the hesitation. So would you be willing to take full acceptance of your power and your potency? Yep. Yes, no, maybe, You're like, I knew she was going to ask me that question. And it's okay if you choose not to, it's fine. You can choose it in the future.
Yeah.
You can choose 10% now, 1%, whatever you feel comfortable with.
Let's go all in. We're already off the bridge. I'm already like flying in midair going, I wonder if I should do this. That's why I have to laugh at myself. Like, what? You're hesitating because why? You already hurled yourself off the bridge and now you want to think about it?
See, the beauty is you're not the only one. You're not the only one.
Okay. I hope I'm doing this for everyone.
Like you are. I just feel like,
yeah.
So you're facilitating this question, and you sharing where you are is facilitating for so many other people, both now and quote in the future that we have here. Yeah. So are you ready?
Already.
Okay. So truth, anything and everything that is preventing you from stepping in, owning, and acknowledging your full power and potency as the infinite being that you truly be, would you be willing to destroy and uncreate it now, please?
And I'm not quite clear. Are you asking me if I'm willing to destroy and discreate? Is that what you were asking?
Yeah. So anytime people have like a hard time hearing what I'm saying, that's because I'm speaking to your subconscious, like the unconsciousness that's there. So basically what I'm asking you is, would you like to give up your block on fully acknowledging your power and potency?
Yes, and I want to say that it feels like the minute that I reflected on it, it feels like it served me well. Like, oh, it was there for a purpose, and now its purpose is served, and I can let go of it. It's like it's
Beautiful.
yeah.
Let's do it. Are you ready?
Okay.
Okay, cool.
I have to say, when I went bungee jumping, literally 229-foot bridge in New Zealand, whew, off the big bridge, they called it too. And there came a point where everything stopped and I was flying, I was midair and looking around at the sheep paddocks. And it was this most serene moment of, oh, that's right, I'm supposed to fly. And then I had to continue falling, mind you, but
Then you started bouncing up and down.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So it's those experiences and those awarenesses that speak to who you are and the target that you have while you're here. Beautiful. All right. So anything and everything, right? Through all time, space, place, dimensions, realities, universes, past lives, parallel universes, all that good fun stuff. Right? That's preventing you from stepping into your full power and potency and the infinite being that you truly be. Would you be willing to destroy and uncreate those blocks?
Yes.
Awesome. Take a deep breath in. Nice. Out on 3. 1, 2, 3.
All right.
So, how do you feel?
Oh, look out, world. Here I come.
I love it. I love it. Congratulations. And the thing that's going to serve you now is that you're willing to be aware. Before, you were speaking of how, that block and waiting and checking and double checking like served you well. Yeah. So there was lifetimes where you were not willing to be aware. And so you are in this lifetime. So you're willing to be aware of anything and judging nothing. So that's allowing you to have access to your power, potency, and infinite being that you truly be. Congratulations.
Yeah. Yeah. And it does feel like woo, let me at it.
Yay.
Amazing. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you, honey. Mwah.
Okay. Bye now.
Beautiful. This is such a special moment right now because, a lot of you listening right now, a lot of you, some people had lifetimes that just went back and forth into Earth. And some people have not been on Earth in a long, long time and volunteered to come down at this time. And so it can feel jarring. It can feel like, what did I get? I almost got lost in worlds of time. I almost never woke up and then just cycled for I don't know how many generations. So this is a critical moment. You guys are showing up and you guys all have so much to give. Every single one of you listening now can move a mountain. And I'm sure of that because I've seen it. I've seen Oriana in action. I've seen you guys. And what's beautiful is these two women above me are working on new systems for children. Like, how do we support the parents and children? And this is an area that we've got to pay attention to because otherwise we are going to keep repeating all this. So I honor your strength today, Oriana, for doing this. Thank you, Susan, for your medicine. And I can't wait to see what happens. So, okay. I was guided, I did a little muscle testing over here to go in order of the hands that were raised. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to keep moving. If you have some, yeah, so here we go. The next then is Sherry. Oh, wait, let me make sure that's correct. No, sorry, it's not, it's this one. Okay, so welcome, and here you go. And make sure you go ahead and unmute yourself here. Do you see where you can do that? On the very bottom left, there should be a little microphone button, and you can pop that off. On the bottom left, there should be a mute. Let me see if I can ask to unmute you. Oh, let's see.
I've got mine unmuted, but I can't see my face.
Oh no, we're on Sazika Bossman is who we're calling on. Sorry, I should have said that. I was shy about pronouncing your name, so that's probably
Saskia.
I'm so sorry because you probably couldn't see. Okay, we'll do that from now on. Thank you and welcome.
Yeah, thank you. And well, all the things that Susan already did confirmed for me that I'm a walk-in since age 4 when I was also very ill. And I have several UFO experiences, and I met extraterrestrials. I also journey through the universe, inner journeys. But the problem I wanted to mention is that I have a very big floater in my right eye since 2016 or 17. And I'm trying to get rid of this floater by food and supplements, but it goes very, very slowly. And so I think there also may be an inner aspect to this floater, and I would really love to get rid of it.
I can imagine. Yeah, so this would fall under the health aspect with the body. But we can take a look at the point of view that you have about seeing and not seeing and not being willing to see your past, present, and future. What's your point of view about those? Let me ask it this way. Which one scares you the most?
Which one scares me the most?
That one right there. Yes.
Yeah, that's there may be something that I don't want to see, but I would really like to know what it is. I think I kind of see a lot already, but there still may be something that I don't see or don't want to see.
Right. So do you muscle test?
Not really, but I have a pendulum here.
Yeah, that's muscle testing. Yeah, that's good. So did you ask for the yes and the no when we started today?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so good. You have your yes and your no. So go ahead and ask your pendulum, which is like an aspect of your body. So it's still muscle testing. Ask your body, let's see, what would it like to start with? So truth, were you killed in a previous lifetime for your ability to see?
Yes.
Yeah. So truth, in that lifetime, and it was not a pretty death.
That's true.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was a very ugly death. Yes.
Yeah. Do you get what that was?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was being shot.
They removed. Yeah. They forcefully removed your eyes.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whew. Like, wow. Yeah. So yeah, you were the like the sage to like a king or a kingdom, and you didn't see something you were supposed to see, or you didn't tell, or there's like this complication with you seeing something and you told somebody and you weren't supposed to see it.
Yeah, I saw too much and I knew too much. And
Yes.
that kind of repeated in this life because when I was a small child, I I could easily see when adult people were lying, and I mentioned it, and people weren't very grateful for that.
Yeah, I can imagine not, especially from a child, because we're supposed to be seen and not heard, right?
Yes.
Nice. Nice. So let's see what is in your highest and best. Like, what would you like to do and create? Okay, cool. So at the time when that was taking place, you made a decision, like, I will never see again. Like, I will not do this. I will not have this. And you were like, never is not only then, but it's a forever word. So I'm so glad you asked this question, because this is bringing up a huge tool for people. When we use the words never and always, they are forever words. And so we've identified, or we've been taught that, it's this lifetime, but we're infinite beings. So we actually take the frequency of what we have with us. So at the time when you said never, right? So the never goes with you and it shows up in this lifetime. And so you're never fully seeing. So you're safe. And so the floater's there to prevent you from fully seeing. Now that served you then, but is it still required now?
No, it's not required at all now.
Like, you're safe, right? Like, you're good. Yes, no, maybe.
No, I don't need it now.
Okay, cool. You don't need the point of view. So would you be willing
I mean, I know I don't need not seeing now. Now it's totally safe to see.
Beautiful, beautiful. So let's take a look. Do you have the floater? Is it like constant all the time, or does it come and go?
It is constant, and I managed to make it a bit smaller, but it's not gone yet. It's in the middle of my field of view.
Okay, cool. Well, let's see what we can do with that. You ready?
Yes.
Okay. So would you be willing to destroy and uncreate all of the always and nevers, right? That you've established, right? That you've created, that you've implanted within yourself based on your safety, right? Requiring that frequency to come forth with you that you have right now. And because it's not needed any longer, it no longer serves you. Would you be willing to destroy and uncreate those points of view, the decisions, calculations, and judgments that you have about that?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Let's take it back through all time, space, place, dimensions, realities, universes, parallel universes, multiverses. Yeah, everything that's been known and unknown to you, everything that's been said and unsaid to you, and everything that you're willing to acknowledge, and even the smallest thing you're not willing to acknowledge as well. Yeah, cool. Take a deep breath in. Yeah, and out on 3, removing it from your energy field. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Nice. Nice. How does your body feel?
Great, relaxed.
Nice.
Just trying the right eye. It's already seeing a bit better.
Nice.
So thank you very much.
You're welcome. It will continue to untangle.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. And I encourage everyone to listen to this, the whole program on low volume. So you can hear something's playing, but so that you can't hear the words, like you don't understand what's being said, because that will speak to your unconsciousness and the subconscious, and it will continue to unlock and unravel other things for you in the future. So keep us posted. Let us know how you're doing and what else sort of takes place, because now that you're going to eliminate that out, I'm excited to see like what you're going to invite in for seeing.
Yeah, sure. I'll keep you posted. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you, honey.
Thank you so much. You can get in touch with Susan to give your gratitude and thanks for today. It's susanshatzer.com. And thank you so much. You know, I know that we're all finding these super relevant for everyone. So again, if you're in the Hangout right now, lightnet.org/hangout, and you have a non-medical question, obviously she works with medical stuff, but it's a longer thing than we can do at this moment. But you know, all the medical stuff happens from emotional, spiritual, emotional, all that stuff. So we're chipping away, which is absolutely amazing. And we're already seeing effects. And that is just so great. Joe doesn't have his camera on, so I'm going to call on Cherie. Welcome, Cherie. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Hello, gorgeous.
Hi, Susan. I'll get right to it. So I would like assistance removing any blocks to fabulous abundance and success. And I will say that when Oriana was speaking, when she said something about not wanting to be front and center, I felt so much anxiety because I think that's similar for me. And I do think it's very much intergenerational. But if we can chip away at this, it'd be great.
Absolutely. And I love how you've got these pillars of light next to you. Right? And so I notice you're showing up like this high.
Oops.
With the pillars of light. There you go. See now, there you go. Now you're seen.
Good.
Right? Cool. So abundance, and what was the other thing you were asking for? Abundance? Success. Okay, cool. So Truth, what's your point of view about success?
It feels exciting.
Cool. So what does it mean when you are successful?
More excitement.
Cool. And what does it mean when you're not successful?
It feels like sort of a sense of failure.
Sure. So who was the one who determined your success when you were a child?
I'm guessing it was my parents rather than me.
Yeah. So which of your parents was the one who determined the praise or the counseling praise or, yeah.
Probably more mother.
More mother?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So what's your relationship like with your mom?
Overall good, but some ups and downs.
Yeah. Does it have to do with her judging you?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So your success is tied to your mom's approval?
Mm.
Yeah. And so when you don't get it, you're not success. You've deemed yourself not successful.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, so let's take a look at abundance, because success and abundance are kind of hand in hand. Would you say?
Yes.
Yeah. So to be successful, you're abundant, right? You have abundance. Yes. Okay.
Yes.
So without the success, you can't have the abundance.
Yes.
I know, we're so cute, aren't we? I love it. So you took it on from mom, right? You installed it, right? She sold it to you. You bought it. You installed it. You've had it running ever since. And so you're waiting for your mom's approval in order for you to have success, and your happiness is tied to the success. So you can't be happy if you're not successful, and you can't be successful if your mom doesn't approve.
Boy, that's crazy.
I know, right? You know, and you laugh, you giggle, because like, yeah, that's true for you, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. Well, it doesn't belong to you. So would you like to get rid of it?
Yes.
Okay, cool. And this is going to be for you and for everybody else who's listening to this. And as you destroy and uncreate this limitation, this belief that you have that's locking this into your reality in place, you're going to free up like so many other people. So I'm so grateful for you for being here and asking this. Thank you so much.
Well, I'm glad that it can help others as well.
Yeah, right. And you'll be seen as the pioneer of releasing or removing, I don't like the word release, removing that limitation. How do you feel about that?
Great. Great.
Right? You'll be known for that.
I'll take it.
All right. Cool. And see, now you're even willing to receive that
Mhm.
as part of who you are.
Mhm.
Nice. Okay, here we go. So everything and anything that aligns and agrees and resists and reacts to the program that your mom installed, invoked, and perpetrated on you from a little kid, that your success and your abundance is directly related to her approval or non-approval, which is not actually a truth for who you are as an infinite being. Would you be willing to destroy and uncreate that now?
Yes.
Awesome. Take a deep breath in. Everyone in, and on 3, out. 1, 2, 3. Yes. Woo. You feel that? How do you feel?
Yeah, I can feel more spaciousness in my chest.
That's not supposed to happen. You know that, right? So we just removed a huge chunk out of your frequency field, because what happens is your reality, right, had to validate that belief. So as you continued in your career and your life, and looking for success and looking to attain success, it couldn't show up for you because that belief was blocking your receiving.
Mm-hmm.
So we got rid of that and the walls came down. And so now, like, you're showing me that you can actually see the valley and the river and the forest and the flowers that are available to you that weren't just like a minute or two ago.
Yeah, I do have one question about that. I am a caregiver for my mother now. And so I'm in close proximity. So is that a permanent fixture, or do I have to put gold light around me or whatever to really hold that in place, to hold the freedom from that judgment?
Yeah. So it's gone. You can take it back if you'd like to. I've had people who've been like, I don't even remember having that point of view. Like, as the quantum entanglements, like, untangle it, like, it eliminates it. And that eliminates that from your memory a lot of times. Like, I've had a lot of clients come back to me and go, yeah, now that you mention it, I remember how much pain I was in, but I had forgot all about it. And I was like, exactly. That's exactly what we're looking for.
Okay, great.
So know that you're an infinite being, yes.
Yes.
And your mom's an infinite being, yeah.
Yes.
So you can each have your own infinite beingnesses. They don't need to be intertwined. So you're showing me that you are in the good daughter, right?
Yeah.
Help. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you got that, that program going on too. And that's kind of holding the other stuff in place. And so you don't have choice with it, is what's showing up. Yeah. So everywhere your value as a human being is connected with the point of view of you being known as and identified as a good daughter, would you be willing to destroy and uncreate how you need to have that to validate who you are?
Yes.
I know this is going to be a huge gift. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Take a deep breath in. Everybody too, where you're the good son and the good daughter. Yeah. Yeah. Love it. Love it. Love it. Resonates for a lot of people here. Out on 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Did you know it was okay to not like your mother?
Oh, no, I didn't. That makes me want to cry. Yeah. Mm.
Yeah.
There are times I don't. But no, it doesn't feel all right. Yeah.
So it's okay
Yeah.
to not like your mother.
Yeah.
You know, I learned an acronym with Access Consciousness.
Yeah.
I think it was Dane, who's one of the founders. And the acronym for family, would you like to know what that is?
No. Yes.
So, you know, blood is thicker than water, you know, all that kind of stuff. So family is the F word first, up, and mainly interested in limiting you.
Mm.
Because what happens is you chose this lifetime, right?
Yeah.
Like we actually choose our parents. So you chose them.
Yes.
And in doing that, you started your play, which is your lifetime. And so they're characters in your play. And the kind of reason we incarnate is for our soul's evolution. So there were experiences, people, places, things that you needed to experience, and they agreed to give you that experience, and you
Yes.
agreed to have that experience, right? And things weren't done to you, and it didn't happen to you. Like, this is what you created, right?
Right.
And so what if the play of you and your mom is over?
That would be wonderful. And it would free up, I think, not only me, but I have 5 siblings. It would free the whole sibling bunch.
Well, aren't you amazing? Right?
Right.
Look at you stepping up. Yeah. So the show's over, right? Like you no longer need to be the character, and she no longer needs to be the villain, and you're the victim, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's my double B's, B squared. Nice. Now you can be the victor, which is cute, and take that potency and power back. I love it. Yeah.
Yes.
So what we're going to do is we're just going to ask for the show to be over.
Yes.
Yep. And go ahead and visualize yourself taking a bow.
Yes.
You were an awesome performer. You did a great job. Right? She played her part amazingly.
Amazingly.
Yes. And you are getting lots of flowers and lots of accolades. And you give each other a hug, like, cool. Yeah, like this play's done. This chapter's done. Like, we're out of here.
Yes.
Okay. And you separate and you're leaving, and you can wave to everybody on your way out. Yeah. Okay, cool. So anything and everything that doesn't allow that to be part of your reality, to be a part of your frequency, let's destroy and uncreate that. Yeah.
Yes.
Nice. Take a deep breath in and out on 3. 1, 2, 3. Nice. How do you feel?
Thank you, Susan. I feel really great. That was like a big chunk. Thank you.
You're so welcome. Thank you. Because it's not only for you, it's for like a lot of other people too. I appreciate you so much.
Yeah, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you, honey.
This is so fascinating to see how different each healing is. So incredible. I'm going to bring up right now Thomas here. And Thomas is an incredible body worker. He supports over at the Juniper Ranch, and he also led one of the most incredible listening circles of my life. I still talk about that. I was talking about it last night. Absolutely mind-blowing. So thanks for the work you're doing in this world. And we're so glad that you, we've got a lot of people waiting here. So we're glad that we made it to you. I don't know how long we're going to be going tonight. We're going to be repeating this on Thursday, next Thursday at 6:30. You can go to lightnet.org/join to become a member for $8. Okay, so here we go. Go ahead, Thomas.
How
We
are you?
hear you.
How are you, my friend?
Can you hear him, Susan?
No.
Okay, Thomas, we can't hear you for some reason. Joe, we're waiting for the camera to go on too.
Can you hear me now?
Perfect. Okay, brilliant. Okay.
Okay, great. Yeah, I'm doing well. Thank you. I'm actually sitting here with a ton of emotion and feelings. There's every person that has come up, there's been a strong resonance with in my own life, in my own person. And it's fantastic. It's sensational. So thank you. Thank you so much, Zenka, for hosting this, and Susan for showing up and giving. It's a great place to be.
Come on. Sit.
So
Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh,
I'm in with you.
great. Okay, so here's what's up for me. I have like how I see it externally and how it's expressing in my life. And then internally, even all of the things that have come up today almost tie into it. And so it does tie back to abundance. And on some level, I know there's abundance. I'm always living a great life. And there's not like this stretch or room to be like a volcano of abundance. And it plays back to knowing or clarity around my purpose. I'm clear on skill set and can do what I offer, but it's not like it's matching quite what I'm here to do. So part of it plays into, I do recognize there is, and I get emotional saying it, like a deep fear of the power that is within me or potentially within me. There is a piece around this year. I wanted to lose my glasses and be able to see again. So that piece definitely shows up in my own ability to see clearly and where I'm directing my life. And I think direction's the last piece I want to bring up, in really having that almost that like, or utilizing my capacity of that masculine directive or penetrative energy. I'm very good at my femininity, like surrender, open to, feel into, sense, kind of see what's in the quantum field and speak that into clarity. But as far as my own self and like go get it. And I mean, maybe there's a mindset around I need to work hard and it's not supposed to be hard. I don't really know at this point, but I know this is a theme I have been challenged and struggling with, of getting on point, making abundance, and like cracking through some invisible ceiling around what the I'm supposed to be here to do, and living in my fullest joy and power of that.
Cool. I'm excited. I love
It is until you feel held back so long, you're like, I don't know. I just don't know anymore. I don't know. That's where I'm at. I don't know, Susan. I don't know.
I say that's D, all the above. Yeah. So do you have the muscle test? Did you set
Correct.
that up?
Got it.
Okay, good. So you have your yes and your no? Okay, perfect. Okay, cool. So truth, is it time for you to know your purpose?
Oh, shit. It's a no. Ah.
Yeah, so all of the struggle that you have around this, like it's not time. So there's like still more layers that will be, peeling off, and still more, points of view and things like blocks that you'll be eliminating from your field. And then it feels like that it'll drop.
Okay. Well, that was quick. Okay. I mean, and clear. I mean, there is some settling in that, and I'll just keep having at it. I mean, that's what I've gotten good at, is having at it. So, yeah.
Yeah. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Cheers. Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Thank you, Susan.
And thanks so much for all you're doing already in the world. I can't even imagine when you find your purpose, because even right now, you are a force of nature, and you've changed my life, and I know so many others. So, so thank you for all you're doing in the world. And yeah.
So let's struggle.
Yeah.
Less struggle, less worry, less getting frustrated with yourself, less. Yeah. And so what your higher self is asking for is for you to actually bring in more energy, like more light. Yeah.
From others?
On a consistent basis. Yeah. Yeah. And
How
that's
do I
going to,
do that when I don't have the finances?
oh no, you do it yourself. So when you breathe, right, you breathe in the light, and when you breathe out, it circles back around, and you breathe in, and it can come through the heart. You can do it from your crown to your feet and back up. You can do it from Father Sky through you to Mother Earth and back up. However, you're called to breathe. And the target is to keep the energy moving and not let it get stagnant, because you're showing me that the stagnant energy is what creates the frustration, and you should be further and you're not, and there's something wrong. Yeah. Like that mind chatter.
Yeah. In a way, trust that I'm on point and keep feeling the phenomenalness of where I'm at. That's what you mean by bringing that light, not necessarily a teachers, mentors, education content from the external world, but almost like recycle it and recognize it here.
That you're
Beautiful.
exactly.
That actually feels good.
Yeah, you're
Say it
exactly. Like you're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing, and you're exactly in the right place at exactly the right time, doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing. Like you're amazing.
All right. I'm going to take that in. I'm going to take some notes. Thank you. I love you.
Thank you. I'm sorry I had Susan here. I was scared to lose her. We have so many people on the call, and I took her hand off. So here she is now. And Susan, you're going to want to hit the unmute button on your phone. Love your backdrop.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's perfect now. We can hear you.
Thank you.
Hey, beautiful.
Hi, another Susan.
I know, right?
There's quite a few of us on this.
I love it.
That's right. That's right. Thank you. This has been so powerful. So powerful. So I have been doing a lot of inner work because I just kind of had my consciousness awakened within these past just few years, 2 years, if that. I'm at like this crossroad in my life because a lot of things have changed, and I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be doing. So it's almost the same question. I don't know where to go, what to do, where I should live, where I should work, because I have nothing right now. I'm just kind of sitting in idle and here at this moment for a purpose, and just trying to connect to my galactic team and everything and just get the answers. And feel stuck.
Yeah. Oh, I can definitely feel that. Yeah. You're showing me that you've been running on like this hamster wheel, and you're like, it's time for me to step off and get real.
Yep. Right. Like I've been so ready because I understand, like having that clear understanding of my life has been, and the role, and my mother role, like I just cleared that, and my father role, like I just lost him and I cleared that. So I've done a lot of that. My ex I cleared. And so it's just, okay, here I am now. I need to get out of this pattern. I'm ready.
Excellent. May I ask you a question?
Sure.
So what would be fun for you?
Oh my gosh. I love to, I call myself a road warrior. So I love to just travel and just meet people and share my light and stories and just help others.
Yes. So choosing what's fun for you is something that we were taught not to do. It's the, stand up and fly right, or whatever that saying is, like, you're a big girl now, or you're a big boy now, or, you didn't have recess anymore after 5th grade and you had to have study hall. And, it's all that kind of stuff where it's like, now you've graduated, now you got to get a job. You got to get a job, and you have to make an income, and you have to get a house, and then you have to find a spouse, and you have to get married, like all of those have to's kind of a thing is like everything society puts on us.
Right.
You're showing me that you're feeling that you're like not doing what you should be doing, what you're supposed to be doing. Am I right?
Exactly. Because I've always been supported by
Mhm.
my family because of the choices and decisions I've made. So I felt like I still have that, you know what I mean? So I need that independence, and I'm trying to figure out, how do I get that?
So this is going to be fun for you because you're going to choose what is fun for you. So you haven't been able to have that choice as much with the mom and the dad that have been around. But now your purpose is to have fun. Like, that's why you came here. That's why we all came here,
Mhm.
is to have our experiences, but to have fun at the same time. So everywhere you are not willing to choose fun for you, right?
Right.
Cool. Yeah. So it's right here. Can you feel it? Right here in the heart area?
Yeah, it's like, it's whatever it is. It just doesn't want to open itself up and be vulnerable to that.
Yeah. So go ahead and feel, like, push in right on your sternum right here and tell me if it's tender.
Yeah, I found the tender spot. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's the wound that we're going to heal right now. Would you like to do that?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So you have missing soul sparks, is what I call it. It's where you had given away your power.
Mhm.
Either you voluntarily, you're nodding yes.
I had my Akashic records done, and I had a lot of stuff that I kept coming back for in my Arcturian self.
I love it. I
Yeah.
love it.
So I resonate.
Cool. So some, you voluntarily gave away, because they really needed it.
Mhm.
And some were taken from you, some were stolen, some were forcibly taken, kind of a thing. So everywhere you gave over, like even like a shred, a little shard of your power and your potency, like, would you like to be able to call those back and integrate those back in now?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So how we do this, and everyone else, you're welcome to do this too. So we do it with breath. So when you breathe in, that's when it's sort of like Spider-Man, when he shoots out his web,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then it attaches to the wall. So you're going to shoot out your web when you breathe in. So when you breathe in, it's like, and each of the webs that go out are going to attach to a piece of you, to a piece of your
Okay.
soul. And then when you breathe out, it's going to come back in to you. Okay. And it's going to come back into your heart and it'll be integrated. It's something that can happen instantly. Sometimes people will have it show up as like they go in one at a time, or they go in a couple at a time, or it's like a waterfall of them going in, or sometimes it's just and they're there. Yeah.
So say that again. How I do it?
So you're going to breathe in.
Mm-hmm.
And at that time, your spider web goes out and attaches to all of your missing pieces, your missing soul parts. Yep. And then when you breathe out, it comes back in.
Gotcha.
Got it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So everyone can do this with us at the same time. All right. So anything and everything that doesn't allow you. All right. Yeah, you are very clever. You are very clever. Yes. So you created some back doors and trap doors, to hide some of them. Yeah, because who would you be if you were all of you? Right? Like if you had all your like entire soul, right? Like who would you be?
I don't know. I mean, I could be anything. That's the thing. Anything.
I know. Isn't that incredible? Like you could choose anything.
But that also is overwhelming, because I think I know that. And then it's just, where do I go? Because I have so many creative talents and things. I'm looking for a sign or a direction, and I just don't know.
I'm going to teach you a tool in a minute once we call back all the sparks. Yeah.
Great.
Okay. So when you take a deep breath in, your web goes out, attaches to your missing pieces, your soul sparks. When you breathe out, they come back in, and we're going to give it a chance to like do an alignment, get back in with you and get integrated. And I'll teach you the tool. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Nice. Yeah. So anything and everything that doesn't allow this to happen with ease, let's destroy and uncreate it. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Clearing that. So take a deep breath in. Your spider, yep, webs went out, attaches to your soul sparks. Breathing out, bringing them back in. 1, 2, 3. Your pieces are like, hey, haven't seen you in a while. Like they're talking to each other as they're coming back. Like, oh yeah, remember we used to do this and this and this. I was like, okay.
What happened to you?
Yes, exactly.
Oh my God. I like suffocated twice, 2, 3 times when I did that. I just lost my breath. Ooh.
Yeah, they're still coming in. Yeah.
That many? That many?
Yeah, I don't have a point of view of how many are out there. Yeah. Just let it flow, let them keep coming back, let them keep getting integrated. Yeah. And so to help you get the focus you're looking for is I create a list of things that would be fun for me.
Mm-hmm.
And as I write the list down, and I'm like a writer, I mean, I guess you can type it, the kids today, they're more technologically oriented, so they do the typing thing. And that's good too. But for me, yeah, I'm like a kinesthetic visual learner first before I'm auditory. So I've got to see it and write it. So I write my list down about what would be fun for me. And then I take a look at the list and it's like, okay, so what body, what would you like to do today? So this is going to be where you include your body, because your body requires you to have the money, not you. You're the infinite being. Your body requires you to live in certain areas, not you. You're an infinite being. Like when you go to sleep, you're working someplace else.
Right.
Yeah. So with that list of what's going to be fun for you, go ahead and ask, with your muscle testing, truth, will this make me money? Yes or no? Truth, will I learn something? Truth, is this what I've been asking for? Those are 3 top questions to ask your list of what would be fun for you. So what's fun for you is where you start, and then you ask them. And then of the ones, so if you're looking for income, for instance, to purchase something or to move to a different place or to do some traveling, then you want to ask for the money. Yeah.
Right.
And then if you're looking for purpose and guidance, like, is this what I've been asking for? And then truth, if you're looking to like educate and level up your awareness, will I learn something? And
so
then
it's will I make this money? Right. I asked truth, will this make me money?
Will this make me money?
Right. And then truth, will I learn something?
Yes.
Right. And then truth, is this what I'm asking for?
Yes.
And then I would get my answer and what I'm doing, if it's going to make me money, and if I'm supposed to be there. Okay.
D, all the above. Yes.
Okay.
And this is a tool you can use. You can teach, if you've got kids or family members or you're teaching classes, like it's such a powerful way because you don't have to figure it out. That's what we were taught. You have to figure it out, but figuring it out is all up here. And you don't actually include the body because your being's not doing any of this. Your body is the one that's the doing. You are the being. It is the doing. Cool.
Right.
Thank you. Thank you. Was that helpful?
So much. And it's something different that I wasn't aware of. And I thank you. Grateful. Thank you.
You are so welcome. Susan, keep us posted.
I will. I'll be in touch with you, Susan. Thank you.
Okay. Is Zenka back with us? Who is
I was on mute.
okay.
Sorry, you guys. So I was just going to say 95% of the world does not know why they're here, their mission, and what their passion is. So if this is resonating with you, you're not alone. There's something weird about our education system or whatever it is that doesn't get down to that, like what do you have fun doing? So this is one of the things that LightNet wants to help with, and we're going to build a whole curiosity lab about that. So just remember, you're not alone. And these are the tools that she just gave you to start to do that. And your passions can change. You might be passionate about one thing in the beginning of your life and a little bit later, something else. But when you're in your joy, your cup is overflowing into all of our fields. And that's like better than anything in the world, is to see someone happy doing whatever it is. So, I wanted to do a check-in with you, Susan, and see how you're doing. We're a little bit over now. There is one person that's been waiting, Red Star Woman. She would love to go on if you're up for it. I know it's been a long morning because you've been on our community call as well. Are you okay with doing one more?
Yeah, I'm all in. I'm here. I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good.
Okay, great.
Let's serve. We can serve.
That's so awesome. So awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, so here we go. Welcome.
Hello. I don't know if you can hear me. Can you all hear me?
Yeah, if you could speak even more loudly, but we can hear you. Your mic is on. Thank you for being here.
Okay. I know I have a soft voice, but the thing that's coming here for me to ask is I have been asked to, I'm sorry, there's a lot of vibration coming
Okay, I think I got that sound coming through, so we're good. But yeah, speak even louder if you can, because it's hard to hear you.
Okay, so the past couple years, I have been asked to, so to say, level up and educate. And one of the things that I'm finding is, and trying to find out and learn is how to really hold that space and time where the information continuously flows. Because I feel it's a bit choppy, if that makes sense. I feel like there are things around the perimeters of what we do in the group. And I'm trying to figure out and find out how to work with that, I guess, is what I'm saying, so that we have a clear space, so that we can push energies outward, or so to say, neutralize them, if that makes sense.
Sure. So just so I understand, I'm going to take a couple notes. So you're in a group. Yes.
Yeah.
And you're looking for what while you're in the group, or you're looking to shift something with the group?
Yes, shifting energies or neutralizing them effectively to where it doesn't have a space to hold. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Because I'm finding like, okay, I understand people have their stuff. I like to just call it their stuff rather than anything else that we come in with. And so as a facilitator, I'm trying to look at it in all perspectives, work with it, neutralize it, so we have a safe space, and so there isn't really any judgment across the board, so that doesn't affect what we're trying to do. Does that make sense?
Yes, yes.
I can literally feel things poking into the perimeters.
Yes, you're that
That's
aware.
Yeah. And that was the question I had right before joining this session, because they had told me, you better get on.
I love that. You know, it's so interesting because last night we were with LightNet, and we were working with communities that were kind of sharing, you know, what they had going on and events and talking about it. And right after I got off, this individual text messages me and says, I just met this Susan person and you've got to be there tomorrow and don't be late. And I was like, well, what's her last name? He says Shatzer. And I'm like, that's me. I said,
That's
so
funny.
I won't be late because I'm going to be there. It was the nicest compliment I could have had. So yes, honoring that message of you need to be here is powerful in and of itself. So what I kind of get is that you have a definition for what it is to be a facilitator.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a role, a responsibility, and an obligation as a facilitator. Yeah, cool. So what that does is that locks in everything else and how people can show up.
Mm-hmm.
So would you be willing to extract your definition of what that means and what you're supposed to do and what you have to do, kind of a thing, to allow everybody else to show up differently?
Oh, I think I'm coming from a lot of the protection perspective, I guess. That's just what my understanding just now. Because I come from my indigenous culture. And
Yes.
so a lot of what we do in setting up, a lot of what we do is setting up is just that.
Yes. Yes.
So yes, anything to help me at this moment.
Yeah, protection, what you're talking about, the protection is what is called a miasm. And it's passed down through the lineages, you know, way back. It's a miasm. And it's something that's like embedded, like in the DNA, in the frequency, and it's like must be. So I'm very familiar with your lineage. I actually, the house I used to own was actually built right on the path of the Trail of Tears.
Wow, I come from that.
Honey, this is why we're here, you and I together, right? It totally resonates. Yeah.
I'm a descendant of Crazy Horse and Red Cloud.
Nice. I have Blackfoot
Wow.
inside.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hello.
Hello, honey. I see you.
I was just telling my husband, I was like, man, I really got to meet her more. I haven't felt an energy this clear and safe. And so that's something, you know, just to say that I honor you and I thank you for holding this space for all of us.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So all of that served you, the protection, everything. It was required. You know, it was life or death. It was if you ate or not, if you starved. It was if your children, you know, were protected. Like it was not a pack, like an animal pack, but like a tribal, like understanding. And it was telepathic with you. Yeah. Yeah. Very powerful. Like you knew, they knew, we knew. Yeah. Exactly what was happening before it happened. Yeah. And that intuition like served you and everyone like so stellarly. like it was the lifeline that you had. And so you brought that with you, but what also came with you was the fear of the unknown, of someone coming up behind you, of someone showing up in your class that's not authentic, of your barrier being infiltrated, your container. Yeah. So truth everywhere. So that's like a fear, and a fear is just where we're not willing to have the awareness of what is. Yeah. So you're asking for a couple things. One is to eliminate the definition that you have of who you are, and of your role and responsibility as a facilitator. And then let's unpack the fear factor, because it's a fear factor, it's a fun factor. You know what?
Embedded, like embedded teachings or.
Yes, exactly. So we're going to switch from the fear factor and we're going to turn on your fun factor. And they're just like faucets. Okay, we're just going to, and all of this happens very quickly. Like there's not a lot of therapy. There's not a lot of years. This is not a chiropractic situation where you need to come back once a week for the rest of your life or once a month. Yeah. So is there anything else that's coming up for you?
I'm feeling a lot of emotion.
Exactly.
And then
yeah.
I'm also seeing like my inner child is a little afraid.
Yes.
Clinging on to what she has.
Yes. I'm so glad she has a voice right now. Before
She's ready.
she was kind of stifled there for a while. I know you're giving her a voice. Yes. So cool. Okay, so all the definitions, everywhere you've decided being a facilitator is, being a guide is, being a healer is, whew, like that is huge. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so this is the miasm I'm talking about, that's like passed down, the protection, yes. Wow. Whew. All right, cool. Whew.
I feel too, the other thing I wanted to say is I feel too like the protection is also perceived as like, what's the word? I often find it where it's kind of overbearing a little, to where it pushes people away.
Yeah.
Just energetically, and that's not my intention, but it's there. You see what I'm saying? And how to make it to where it's not that way.
Yeah.
I want to get to that space because I'm just like, okay, I can't help it that I'm protected, but that is totally not me. I'm being really nice right now, I'm really trying to be nice.
Yeah, I love it. So there's this, so part of the protection thing where you said it's like, yeah, it's a lot for you, is where you have the point of view that if someone is not aware enough or matches your frequency, everything's energy. So it's more frequency and vibration, right? If they're less than or not as advanced or could be harmful or detrimental to you or students in your class. Does that resonate?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. So what we're going to do is we're going to eliminate, your points of view, and we're just going to keep eliminating the 3 or 4 things that you just brought up. Does that sound good?
Yes. Thank
and
you.
we're going to bring little girl back home.
Okay. Great.
Okay. So with all of us, where we all have a definition about who we are, the daughter definition, the father definition, the neighbor definition, the homeowner, the business owner, all of our definitions where we choose from obligation and responsibility versus choice of like what would actually work for us, right? Would we all be willing to destroy and uncreate those right now? through all time, space, place, dimensions, realities, universes, non-universes, parallel universes, everything that's been said and unsaid to us, everything that's been known and unknown to, and everything that we're willing to acknowledge and not acknowledge. Yeah, cool. Take a deep breath in. It is powerful. We're like, it's out. And on 3, you're going to remove it. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Wow. And so you're welcome. We're also doing the Jenga, Jenga. I think it's Jenga, where the blocks come down and then you create a layer and then it disappears. Is that the right game? Am I saying that right? I think it's Jenga, right? Or no, maybe it's.
Yeah, Jenga. Yeah, you're right. If you pull out a thing, the whole thing can come down, which is what you're doing. It's the card analogy as well that you used earlier. Yeah.
Okay, I know this is a different game. This is I think it's a video game where you have blocks in different shapes and you have to like drag them over and let them drop down, and you try to create a solid row, and then the row disappears and your blocks drop down and you need to keep it from hitting the top. What's that game?
There's a bunch of them like that. I know what you mean. Yeah. They have different names because it's the gameplay that you're talking about. Yeah.
Okay.
Tetris.
Thank you. Yeah. So you're showing me the Tetris game, where all of these, what we're doing, we're eliminating is we're dropping these all in the places, and then whoosh, an entire line is out. And then the next ones are dropping into place. That entire line is out. Whoosh. And then, so you're emptying, right? These are all puzzle pieces that all this time we've been trying to fit in, right? To actually eliminate it. Like we're trying to understand and fix it and use, and I heard this from this person and this modality taught me this. And so you're working really hard, to eliminate it. So that's what's happening right now. So we just ran that process. And so it's going to continue to clear that container of your blocks, and they are literally blocks, kind of a thing. Cool. So how did that feel for you?
It's mind clearing. It's really mind clearing. When I had closed my eyes, I've seen a lot of my ancestors standing together, holding hands in a circle. So to me, that was unity. That brought everyone into unity on all the spiritual planes.
Cool. Yeah.
There's no more this way, that way. I do it this way,
Exactly. This is the right way. That's the wrong way. Yeah. This is the way I love that. This is the way we've done it. This is the way we've always done it. So we're going to keep doing it this way. And I'm like, wait a minute, where is there a question in that?
Yeah. And then here's me, the oddball. I'm like, in today's day, in life now, in the physical world, I'm like, we don't do that anymore.
Like that doesn't resonate, Yeah. That's not what's required. So let's bring little you back. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So whatever that was, the trauma, the drama that happened, where there was a separation, right? Where there was a fear based, right? And where it was like yourself, your identity kind of split at that age. Yeah. So would you be willing to allow her to come back and integrate with you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what we're going to do is you're going to take a deep breath in. And when you breathe in, we're going to ask her to step forward. And when you breathe out, she's going to step in to your heart area right here. And you're going to be integrated together. Does that sound okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So take a deep breath out. No, take a deep breath in. You got to breathe in first. I'm sorry. Take a deep breath in. Yeah. So we're asking her, right? Yeah. Would you like to come back? Would you like to come back with us? So go ahead and reach your hand out to her, kneel down to her level. Yeah. And tell her it's okay, right? That you've got her and she's welcome to come back with you. Yeah. And you'd like for her to come back. And where she was scared and unloved and fear, now she's going to receive the love the caring and the protection that she required then that you have now for her. And so breathe out and allow her to step into your field. Yeah. She's blowing me kisses. You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. I feel playful now. Not too, because I felt a disconnection there for a while. I was like, what is that? Why do I feel that way where I can't enjoy playing with my kids? You know, I had sat down with my daughter, I think a week or two ago, and we were playing with her dollhouse, and I felt very numb to that. Why can't I connect? You know? So,
You did
I mean, I
it.
feel, thank you.
You're gonna be giddy, you're going to be playful. It's like that piece of you was missing. And now it's back.
Thank you.
Love it. You're so welcome. Keep us posted. Let us know, what like happens as the days and months go by.
Okay.
Awesome. Thank you so much. This is incredible. Again, you can find Susan Shatzer, SHATZER.com. You can find out all about her there. And if you're enjoying this broadcast, you can go ahead and hit a like and subscribe right now. We have someone up next. We have a couple more here that are really eager to work with you. So here we go, without further ado.
I think I'm next, right?
Yes, you are, Cherie. I didn't want to butcher your name again, but go ahead and introduce
Share. I am an animal communicator and a theta healer, and I went through Katrina in New Orleans, and I don't dream. I used to have these phenomenal, beautiful dreams, and ever since Katrina, I don't dream, and I have ask the Holy Spirit, ask my guides to please help me dream. It ain't happening. I want to dream again. I want to dream in Technicolor like I used to.
Nice. So may I ask some questions?
Sure.
Okay. Do you have your way of muscle testing? Did you set it up?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So you got your yes and your no?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool. So Truth, are you still dreaming?
Yes.
Okay, Truth, have you placed a block on recalling your dreams?
Yep.
Cool. So Truth, is that block ready to be removed?
I'm getting a why. Not a yes or a no. I'm getting a why.
Why?
Do you want to remove it? Why do you want to remove it?
Yeah, so the why questions like just keep you in a circle.
Yeah.
It's like you're not a little bit pregnant. You're pregnant or you're not pregnant. So either you place the block, or either you're going to remove the block or you're going to keep the block. Like, I don't need to know why it was put there. It's your choice. You're asking to remember your dreams, and you placed a block on it.
I placed the block?
Oh, that's what I asked you. Yeah. I said, place a block on remembering your dreams. And you said yes.
Okay. And
yeah, are you?
Yes, I want to remove it. Yes.
Okay. Yes. Okay. All right. So everywhere that you've designed a block in order to prevent you from receiving, remembering, and restoring your dreams, would you be willing, Cher, to destroy and uncreate it now?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So you're showing me that in order to remove this block, we're going to need some DNT. So we're going to need some dynamite. So visualize your block in front of you. And this is not just like any little like Lego block. This is like the big boulder block. Yeah, because you're so aware and you're so in tune and you are such a great communicator with the unseen, unsaid, unacknowledged, unheard. Yes, that you needed the big block. Yeah, not this like little veil thing that we can just like push aside. No, we've got to get the big DNT stuff up there. Cool.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So you see how big that is. Go ahead and set your DNT around it. Set your charges, right? And then step back with your line. And it's going to be just like the Roadrunner cartoons, where the coyote would come back and he'd get ready to blow it up. And like the Roadrunner had already moved it next to him and was going to blow himself up. Yeah. So it's going to be that kind of handle that we push down, but you've secured. So let me know when you've secured all of your TNT.
Yep, I'm ready.
Okay, go ahead and step back with your line. Get your handle ready. You're going to take a deep breath in, and on 3, when you blow out, you're going to push your handle down and we're going to blow it out. Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Take a deep breath in. 1, 2, 3. Nice. How do you feel?
I feel like crying because I want those beautiful dreams back again. I feel very touched and emotional and happy all at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what you're showing me is during Katrina, in your dream state, you were out and you witnessed a lot of tragedy and sadness. And it was something your soul could not handle with in the conscious state. So in order to protect that within you when you're awake, you needed to have that shut off when you were not awake.
But I'm still really dreaming. I just can't remember those, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So when that block was up, it's like, oh, I'm never taking this down. It's that never word. Oh no, this is protecting me. This is like, because there was a lot of horrific things that took place, you know, before, during, and after the storm that you were witness to, not only in the physical, but in the etheric, realms and levels as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So be kind to yourself. All right. And allow them to trickle back to you. Because when a flash flood kind of happens, you get washed away, like the tsunami. So we're going to ask that your dreams and the recollection, your recall does not come in as a tsunami. Because we would like for you to stay with the body. You would like to stay with the body. Yeah. And allow those to kind of trickle back to you. Yeah.
Slowly, huh? Slowly.
Yeah. Well, just allow it to be a kindness, to you, because that's what your higher self is, sort of showing me will be for you.
Mm-hmm.
So do you journal your dreams or do you write them down?
Well, I used to wake up like 2 or 3 in the morning with a notepad, taking lots of notes and directions and, but I get nothing now. So there's no point in putting a notebook because I wake up with nothing.
Yeah. So that point of view is going to continue to keep that in place.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So get ready, honey.
I'm ready.
It's coming, they're coming. But yeah, so, that huge block is out of your field right now. You removed that, we destroyed it, it's gone. And so there's this big empty space here. And so, yeah, sadness, joy, like everything all at once is flooding in. Absolutely. So I just would like to share this too with everyone, that we are moving like infinite amount of energy throughout beyond your body. So 3 elements that the body requires in order to have ease with the reintegration, of all the stuff that's happening is water, salt, and sugar. And so your body may like just 1, 2, or all 3 of them. It may like them right away, in the future, later tonight, tomorrow, whatever it happens to be. And so I ask for all of you, would you give your body some kindness? Because I know people have points of view about sugar and weight and calories and all that kind of stuff. And the same thing with salt and blood pressure and all that kind of stuff. It's like, look, water, salt, and sugar, are 3 elements that your body requires in order to like fully, integrate with ease. When you start to feel a headache coming on, or pains or aches, those are like symptoms, I would say, that your body requires some elements. And a product that has all 3 is a soda. So all the points of view you have about sodas, just go ahead and like let those go, and ask the body and allow the body to choose what's going to work for it. Because you've been taught things that aren't actually true about sugar and salt. And so with water, like Dr. Emoto, we have intentions, and the intention is to, heal, purify, clear, clean, and restore everything within our bodies. So, yeah.
Can I ask one last question?
Sure.
Are you a theta healer?
No.
Okay.
I'm not a healer.
Okay. I felt like you were a theta healer with the way you asked the questions.
Well, I just, I'm just called to speak to certain things that people have, in their frequencies, and I just roll with it. I don't have any idea of what's going to show up, who's going to show up, what'll take place. I'm just open to like the next greatest possibility for like each of you. I think that this is crazy fun for me.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, honey. Let us know. Keep us posted.
Yep.
Oh, we've got Dee saying in the chat, I'm craving ginger ale. So that's so cool. Yeah, this has been such a powerful day. And thank you so much. We have 2 more if you're up for it. We have a hard stop in 15 minutes, but we have Kevin and Michael. Michael, are you guys ready over there? I don't see Michael sitting down. Okay, great. So I'm going to add you in. Hi, Katrina. Here we go. So can you go ahead and turn your microphone on? Yeah. Okay, that's good. It does sound a little, whoopsie, does sound a little not good. Can you talk, Katrina?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. That's good. Okay, so it's sounding not so good, but why don't you try to get your question in real quick, and then I'll mute you.
Well, first of all, I want to say thank you guys, because this is it's made me feel a lot in my heart, I guess you could say. And I was honestly wondering, how would one forgive themselves and get through the feeling of guilt and shame from family sexual abuse and carry on with recovery?
That is a great question. Thank you so much. So I will tell you how huge this is. So a lot of people have come to me and have said, so are you in America? Just show me with a thumbs up. You're in the United States? Yes. Okay, cool. So we have what was recently, I would say within the past, maybe 8 to 10 years, maybe a little bit less, the Amber Alert. Amber Alert is like a signal, I guess, that gets put out and broadcast on all of our cell phones, and also on all of the electric billboards that are up there. And it will say Amber Alert, the child, it'll give you the information. Well, in order to have this in our reality, there actually had to be an Amber who had the most horrific things happen to her, and have the mom who had the strength to create the next thing on the planet Earth that will protect children. So Amber is a pioneer. And so she agreed to have this happen prior to even incarnating here, in order to support humanity in creating like the next steps, to help other children. And so when I went in and I was talking with Amber about it, she had left the body. She wasn't actually present in the body when the trauma was taking place. So she was just outside standing by, like, yep, go ahead. Like, yep, that's what you're supposed to do. Okay, you know what I mean? Like, she was not attached to it at all. And so when she crossed over, she was like, not of a different frequency. Like, she still was herself when she went over. But this incident, this thing that manifested here on the planet actually created the next step of protection, where we could, support children. So a lot of people who come down and have traumatic instances, like they were abused or they were murdered, like those two like resonate a lot with people. And it's going to be difficult to hear, in a sense that we incarnate here for our body to have the experiences, and we are here to have every experience. So in one lifetime, we were the murderer. In one lifetime, we were the perpetrator, the sexual offender. In another lifetime, we were the victim of sexual abuse, or we were the one who was murdered. And it's part of the story that we create, the play that we're living out on our way down. So the blame, shame, regret, guilt that you have is one of the lowest vibrational frequencies that we have here on the planet. And then it goes up from there. That is a distraction. The blame, shame, regret, guilt is a distraction. It's where you're disempowered. So I have some good news. So you never did anything wrong. So everywhere, yeah, I'm going to pull you up on my full screen. I'm going to pin you to the top. There we go. So everywhere you have thought, or you were told, right? Or you've heard other people say that they were wrong. Yes. That you called for it, that you asked for it, all that kind of stuff. Like, that's not actually the truth. It's like your soul was just here to experience that. And now that the experience is over, like, it's done. You know what I mean? Like, it can be that fast. The body is the one that holds on to the trauma, right? The body is the one that holds on to that. So the body's the one that's sort of reacting to everything else. And it culminates with, like, it's spinning, the story spinning, like, up in the head area. So you have this book checked out, or you've created this story, right? And it's a bestseller in your lifetime, like major bestseller. Am I right? Like, it takes precedence. Like, this story shows up in all areas of your life, right? Like, you are an award-winning author of this story. Like, you are on stage receiving awards, and you're getting ribbons and medals and trophies and plaques And everyone is standing up. It's like, yeah. And so this was a great story. And so do you still require to read this story? Like, I love the look in your eyes when I just said that.
Yeah, I do.
So you still need this story to be a part of your reality?
I mean, like, I wouldn't like it to, but I mean, I feel as though like it is, you know?
Uh-huh. So that would be where you're vested. You have a vested interest in the story to continue. So it could be for a plethora of, choices or reasons or justifications or, decisions that have been made. And so you are more than welcome to like hold on to it, to keep it, to continue to read the story. Or would it be okay if I shared a different possibility for you? Okay, cool. So you're paying penalty fees from your story that's been checked out of the library and is overdue. So the longer you have your story, the more penalty fees you will be having to pay. And
I absolutely love the way you just put that. Honestly, so like I can remember like past lives, and you were saying like you at one point like in a different reality, or like you were like the one doing the harm to the person.
yes.
And in all like my past life like memories that I have, like there's a few of them. They like were all very similar. Like I was like at one point, like in all of them, I was basically a slave. And like it like never ended well. And in this lifetime, like honestly, like I was a slave. Like I am like breaking the shackles of that. And like that's been a process.
Yeah. They've had you tethered in place, like shackled, chained, roped, gated, veiled. Yes. Hidden. Absolutely. All of that. And the beauty of it is that it's so massive right now in this lifetime. So you have the opportunity to let it go. You have the opportunity to remove this. So this no longer continues in this lifetime and lifetimes in the future.
I feel as though like to do that, like I'd have to get it out, you know? Like I guess like speak it out, because you know, like the dark doesn't want to be like seen or acknowledged. And so have you heard of like
that's a point of view.
Like aspects in life, like a lot of people are coming out with the mind control. And basically like with that, they brainwash children and like they create slaves, and like there's coding for these different kinds of slaves. And like I like am, or I am one of them, like the coded slaves. And like I've been working on like recovering my memories, because like I didn't remember any of my life basically, like except for from like 14 years old up, and except for like the like really gruesome like the gruesome details, I guess. And I've been like slowly like recovering those, like, and they've been like but I've been working through it. But yeah.
There's someone who just came in at the house. Yeah, I definitely get everything that you're saying, and the encoding, absolutely. And the mind control, yes. And the slavery, yes. And yes. And D, all the above. So it feels as though like there's elements of it that no longer serve you. And those can be returned to the library, those stories. And then once they're at the library, you're not going to pay penalty fees on them. And we're going to ask the librarian to archive your stories so no one else takes them out ever again. Would you be the gift to everyone else to archive the stories that you would like to archive right now? Awesome. So I'm going to have you, so at first you were showing me you were just going to come with a little basket. You know, when you go to the grocery store, you can get the grocery cart or you can get a basket and you can put a few things in the basket and carry. Well, that's the basket you were showing me. That's the container. But now when we were talking, you were willing to get a wheelbarrow to put the books in that the stories that no longer serve you. And now you got the BFI, you got the big dumpster like parked at your house. And you're just like, yep, this one and this one. And so it's sort of like, you know how people rain money like this? So you're raining the stories. You're like, and this one, and this one, and this one, and this one, and they're getting in the BFI. Like, can you feel that in the body? Yeah, like it's leaving. Yeah. In your heart, like done, 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 done. And that one's done, and that one's done too. And you're like, whoa, because they're not a part of you right now. Like they're not weighing you down. They don't have you shackled. They don't have you tethered and roped and staked. And yeah, it's like ping, 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 all of them. Yeah, so we're going to call the BFI people to come pick it up. Ready? We're going to dial our phone. Bling, bling. All right. They're showing up. We just made an appointment. They're going to come in the next minute. They're going to pick up all of your stories. They're going to go back. No more paying dues on them, over dues. Like you're going to get to keep all of your income, all of your abundance, all of your power, and all of your potency. None of that leaves you anymore to support the story. Yeah. Like you are a queen, girl. You are a queen. I'm telling you. Yeah. And you know the story like Rags to Riches, or like Cinderella, where she was like a slave. Yeah, that's what you're showing me. And it's like, yeah. And then there's the Cinderella. So you're doing the transformation right now with getting rid of those stories, you know, and your fairy godmother. Yeah, I love her. That's great. And yep. And you're doing the transformation. It's kind of like everything. So this was you, everything that was like locking you down, locking you in place, like actually has left. Yeah. And their BFI truck is taking off. Yeah. And so I just want you to salute. Yeah. Salute the stories. Like, yeah, I know we got all the awards for it. It's like, yes, sir. Overdone and gone. Next. So now that you have all that space, you're going to actually create the stories that you would like to create in your life. Yeah, like you're not functioning from the stories that you had. You're like, have a brand new book and it's wide open, you know, and you're going to get to put the pictures in and you're going to get to add the people that you'd like to add and the experiences, and you get to choose it all. How do you feel?
Honestly, like every day it's like a heavy pain right here. And like it comes and goes. And sometimes it was like worse than others. But like right now, like after that, like it's not there. And like I feel like I can breathe and it doesn't hurt.
Nice.
So like
you're so welcome. And you know what? You call up the next BFI yourself. You call it up, or you get your wheelbarrow out, or you get your car, and you go, you know what? This thing I'm talking about, this thing I'm thinking about, like, this is not high vibration. You know, this is bringing up those low vibrations. It's not serving me. It's got to go. And you just send them back. You can do it yourself. Let them get archived. Nobody else can take them out. And you create the story of your life that you'd like to create. I'm gonna call you Cindy, short for Cinderella. You're a queen, my friend. You are so powerful. Thank you for being here. Is there anything else that comes up for you?
Thank you for allowing me to be here. Honestly, so Michael like heard at the beginning of like the I guess session, and he asked me like if I would come and listen too. And then he's like, I think you should do it like by yourself. But he actually has a couple questions too, if that would be okay.
Yeah, I'd love to meet him.
Thank you again so much. Sincerely, you helped a lot, and like, God bless you.
You're so welcome. I'm so grateful. Thank you for stepping up and being, yeah, thank you. It was powerful, and I know how hard it was.
Welcome, Michael. You know, the sound is really bad right now, Michael. I don't know if we push this to Thursday, but I wanted to thank you, Michael, for being here. And thank you, Susan, for doing that healing. I see the same thing for these two. Like Michael and Katrina, I'm going to call you Cindy now too for Cinderella, because I see you already writing this story. And I've loved working, you know, Michael's one of our scholars at LightNet, and he's got a brilliant mind and he's inventing things. And so I really want to honor that. I do feel like it would be good to continue this on Thursday. We've got Kevin that's also coming on Thursday. Thank you, Michael, for your understanding, because it resolved the audio situation. I'm going to go ahead and mute right now. So I just want to shout out to Kevin right now, who's also waiting. We're going to be doing this again with Susan on Thursday at 6:30 p.m. And that is going to be for LightNet members. And LightNet membership is, I mean, people are like, you've lost your mind. I can't believe you're pricing at this. So we have to change that. But for right now, for $8, you get a member workshop like with Susan. You get spoon bending training once a month. You get 3 times a month. You get breakthrough coaching with Captain Adham, and he's doing the same thing. He's pulling you guys in and just clicking that open for you guys so that you can start writing your book, right? Your bestseller that's waiting, right? And we have these other things, connection calls. So if you go to lightnet.org/join, that'll get you into the session. I also want to encourage you to visit Susan's site. So SusanShatzer.com. You can get a 15-minute consultation. You can get a medical healing. All those things are available to you. And I just want to thank you so much, Susan, for being here today. This has been absolutely incredible. And I appreciate all, you know what I mean? Every single word out of your mouth seemed exactly the right one that needed to come. And it takes a lifetime to hone that skill. I'm almost like feeling so emotional because I'm just so grateful for what you did for people today. It's just like mind-blowing. So if there's anything else you want to say before we close, I'll give you the floor here.
Thank you so much. It really has been an honor for me to be able to be here, to be in service to you. And I am so humbled by all of your strengths to come and to speak about the things that are just not working and are stuck for you. And, you know, in asking a question, you're the one that invited in a different possibility. And I'm grateful I was able to be that for you today. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So this was another episode of Unlimited, where we bring you amazing thinkers, healers, speakers that are showing us what is actually possible in the world. We have one experiment coming up in almost, I think, 17 days. It's our biggest experiment yet at LightNet. It's called Contact 100, and you can find out about it at contact100.org. We have a little over 20 spaces out of 100 left. Altair is going to be taking you through a totally mind-expanding 4-day journey where you can connect with aspects of yourself that may have been dormant. This is your cosmic family that he's going to connect you to. And we've been preparing and working hard. And I can tell you that there's going to be some massive light bulbs, breakthroughs, empowerment, and we'd love to have you on for the ride. So thank you again for joining us today. Thanks to all our partners. Thanks to all the volunteers. Thanks to all the donors. LightNet is yours, and we look forward to seeing you on Thursday.
Ciao for now. Bye.